Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Chronograph reference 49150/000A, 42mm in brushed and polished stainless steel with lacquered dial and rubber strap. You can see this Vacheron Constantin Overseas Chronograph on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. And at any time, you can click at the card icon in the right-hand corner of this video to go straight to our listing for this watch with prices and photographs. Now you can see on my wrist 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, the 20-year-old Vacheron Constantin Overseas model line tradition. It's the birthday boy this year, is upheld in glorious fashion by this variant with a 42mm case, 51mm from extremity of lug to extremity of lug, yet a svelte 12.5mm absolute girth. This watch fits perfectly, has immense wrist presence, and it's completely comfortable. The combination of the wonderfully cambered case flanks, which start to curve around the arc of the outer forearm, and a wonderfully supple natural vulcanized rubber strap make this watch an absolute joy on the wrist. Because of the ultra-thin 6.6mm Vacheron Constantin caliber 1137 inside, it's easy to keep the case flanks low, the case slim, and the fit underneath a dress cuff or a tight sleeve superb. If you were to take this watch and swap it out from a strap to a bracelet, you'd be ready to go for dress events and any formal occasion. It is versatility incarnate. You can also see that because the case back has a little bit of a cupped form to it, it nestles into the wrist and actually sits lower than its 12.5mm height would suggest. It's more like a 10mm when actually worn on the wrist. Now, Vacheron Constantin spares no expense. Using screws to fix the lugs, it is more expensive to create threaded lugs, and it is less convenient for the watchmaker or jeweler when swapping straps using screws as opposed to spring bars, but it is the more secure way to fix a strap to a high-grade and heavy sports watch head, and it's the only way Vacheron Constantin would go about building this watch. That's true added value in a facet of design that many watchmakers overlook. Likewise, the strap is carefully considered and beautifully executed. It features striations on the bottom that act as relief channels to evacuate moisture, grit, sweat, and heat from the wrist during periods of activity. And that's worthwhile because this case, featuring 150-meter water resistant, is far above the norms for the haute de gamme sports watch class. It also features a 25,000 ampere per meter anti-magnetic quality thanks to an inner soft iron Faraday cage, so it is both a water-resistant watch and an anti-magnetic watch, featuring the beautiful image of the full rig ship symbolizing Francois Constantin's 1819 trip to North America, which established deep and lasting corporate ties between Switzerland's foremost watchmaker of the Quai de Lille and the North American market, which remains a staple to this day. Immortalized on the back, it is the basis for the name Overseas and the moniker of the model line. You can also see a beautiful double deployant, trigger-actuated Maltese cross motif, fully polished clasp. Now it gives you the security of a deployant such that it is buckled to the opposite flank of the strap, so when you take it off, when you're putting it on, if you slip, it won't fall off your wrist. It has the double fold that allows the watch to be compatible with the curve of a smaller wrist. It doesn't have that one big pinching up and over of a single fold deployant. Fully finished on both sides. It's beautifully polished, retaining none of the marks of manufacture, stamping, or milling, and it features a clever Maltese cross inset on the buckle itself. And clever integration of twin triggers means that this one is not friction fit or clamshell fit. It's going to stay secure on the wrist, because you will want to take care of this watch head. Beautifully finished with a Maltese cross motif, polished bezel. There's glorious contrast between the beveled flanks, the brushed elements, the polished elements. It glitters like a jewel without resorting to actual gem setting or any kind of two-tone metallic effects. The case finish is up to the highest standards of the haute de gamme, and it's worthy of the name Vacheron Constantin. And the detail continues inboard of the bezel, where you can see there's a grained and frosted blue minute track running outboard of a glorious lacquered high-gloss dial. Now the high-gloss dial explodes in direct sunlight. It looks 3 feet deep. It looks like wet paint, gloriously punctuated by applied and white gold hour indices with white gold hands and white gold chapterings to each of the sub-registers. This is quite rich. Now, the double date is one of Vacheron's contributions to elaborate the base caliber, and it does feature a quick set, so you can quickly cycle the double-digit date should the watch run down. You can also see clever elements like the asymmetrical sub-registers, with the minutes register of the chronograph being made larger at 3 o'clock for greater salience and easy reference. Now, the watch does feature a very crisp caliber 1137 integrated column wheel vertical clutch automatic winding chronograph caliber. It's based on the Frederic Piguet 1185, only 6.6 millimeters thick. It served as the inspiration for the Jaeger-LeCoultre caliber 750 series, as well as Rolex's own 4130. So not only is it a trendsetter and a legend, but being superbly slim, it allows this watch to wear thinner than virtually all competing sports watch references. And with the vertical clutch, you have the seamless engagement where there's no jump or stagger to the seconds hand as you engage and stop it. It's precise, and it resets precisely. It's also durable, in as much as you can run the chronograph continuously with a vertical clutch without wearing down the base movement itself. On a lateral clutch, unlike this one, you simply can't leave the chronograph engaged indefinitely, so those who prefer center seconds with a hand at center to match the minutes and hours would be out of luck with a conventional chronograph. Not so with this Vacheron Constantin. You can see this beautiful Vacheron Constantin overseas chronograph, 42 millimeters in stainless steel with sophisticated integrated vertical clutch column wheel movement on our website, watchyoumwant.com.